Smackdown. Honestly, I didn't even know if I was actually going to get a review in tonight, because I'm kind of not feeling really good right now. I don't think I have a cold all the way yet, but I'm not feeling so hot right now. But just to talk about Smackdown tonight, pretty much a lot going on. I can say it was better than Monday Night Raw. I will say that. Pretty much they did kick off the show. Still talk about the entire Saudi Arabia thing, which I still find it kind of crazy that there's like 3 to 4 pay-per-views in under a month time span, which they don't really have time to build a lot of these things coming up. But they pretty much ended up starting up with Miz TV in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as he had some breaking news for special guests and everything, and that at the Super Showdown in Australia, it'll be The Miz versus Daniel Bryan for a shot at the WWE Championship, because Miz said that he's superior to Daniel Bryan and he beat him at SummerSlam, even though this entire title shot match was announced weeks ago, really. Like, it really was when they even first announced this whole Australian show, and they already gave away the full card. I know they're trying to act like it's breaking news for a lot of these matches, but a lot of these matches were announced many weeks ago, so we already knew this was going to be a shot at the WWE Championship. But Miz said he was going to beat Daniel Bryan, and once he's finished with him, he will challenge either Samoa Joe or AJ Styles for the WWE Championship and get the title that he deserves. But he had a special guest for Miz TV tonight, which was going to be his wife, Maurice. As Maurice came out and, saying it was an honor to have her on the show tonight, and that how difficult was it to defeat Daniel Bryan's wife, Brie, and that she's a far superior athlete to her, and that, motherhood can change you and everything, and that her heart wasn't in the matches. Miz pretty much went on that Brie's heart was no longer even in, her and Daniel's marriage and everything, and that she's just hitching herself to a major star. Look how it turned out to be. And that the marriage was just a convenience, and, Brie just tried to use Bryan just to push her own image, and Bryan just used Brie to fight, his battles and everything. But there was an announcement made tonight that Maurice, this would be her last night on Smackdown for a very long while, since they have to go, she has to go be a mom to, their kid and everything. Miz talked about how, his wife coming back so quickly 5 months after birth, but look at her now being back. And he said he would destroy Daniel Bryan right here tonight just because of, people booing his wife and doing those yes chants. Bryan pretty much came out. He says, you can talk about me all you want, but when you talk about my wife, this is where the talking stops. They pretty much got into punches then. Daniel Bryan had a drop kick on Miz, pretty much crashing Maurice, but as Maurice was on the ground, the EMTs came and Miz wanted some water and stuff, as Bryan pretty much apologized to Maurice, but Maurice played possum and got up on the ropes. Miz grabbed him to go for a skull crush finale, but Bryan was able to break out of it. Maurice tried to hold his hair back and everything, but Bryan pretty much dodged it. Miz knocked down Maurice then again, and Bryan pretty much clotheslined him outside of the ring then, and pretty much do a yes chance after that. At least Daniel Bryan now pretty much, at least he kind of knew what was coming in a way in that. I actually thought it was going to be a big guest star coming in, but it was left just to further this feud going on. And as for Brie Bella, they act like she's not there, even though she was on Monday Night Raw last night. I guess they don't need it for Smackdown this time, since they can put her on both shows anyways. I guess they were like, we'll act like she's not even here now. But as in going into this, the whole Miz TV thing just furthers the Bryan thing. At least, Miz tried to trick Bryan, but Bryan actually knew what his plan was coming. He even said that in a post-interview, pretty much, saying he had to outwit his plan. So he knew what was going to happen, but it's Super Showdown, he was going to get his opportunity at the WWE title. the bar came out there, and it's the New Day pretty much dressed in like they were going to a safari. And as they talked about Australia, Big E did a very bad Australian accent. Even, Kofi said I'd be offended by that too. And as they tried to talk about Cesaro's areolas, Cesaro pretty much says, you guys aren't funny, you're just trying to, you guys look like clowns, and that you're a joke. So, I didn't understand the Australian thing. I guess they're going safari since I guess the tag match will be at the Super Showdown since the bar get an automatic title shot. So that's gonna happen. Cesaro win against Kofi Kingston. There, not a bad match, I will say that. Especially after the SOS, Cesaro pretty much winning Kofi as he tried to charge him into the turnbuckle. Cesaro hit the neutralizer for the win. So it was a pretty good match. I will say that. So solid match. I just get tired of that commercial thing half the time. Next, Rusev was in the back with Aiden English, Alada, as they talked about what happened last Sunday. And as Rusev has an opportunity tonight to face Nakamura for the United States Championship. Talk about Rusev told him he didn't want you in ringside because after what happened Sunday, we don't need you out there. As English said, he did his best, but Rusev said if that was his best, that's not good enough. And then a lot of Rusev walked away, but then English started talking to some production guy, saying that Rusev's day success is all mad. It's Lada's fault. Everything is Lada's fault, pretty much. And that she needs to be less of a manager and more of a manager and less of a wife. Lada heard everything and said she was going to tell Rusev did, as English tried to tell her not to do it. Which can tell you now who's turning heel here, folks. Who's really turning heel? We'll get into Rusev Day later on. Randy Orton, who was in the production truck, pretty much grabbing one of the tech guys, telling them to cue up the footage about what happened with Jeff Hardy, especially the footage with the screwdriver through his ear. And, Orton's putting his hands on the tech guy and on his neck and everything, and asked him how disturbed is this image right here. And he says, is this disturbing to you? He said, yes. And he said, this is pale in comparison what he's going to do to his next victim. I'm looking at Orton grabbing this guy, and I'm thinking to myself now, this guy may want to take a shower, because, I don't know what Randy Orton's hands have been. If you know the rumors about that, some are calling him Handy Orton on the internet nowadays, but, I probably wouldn't want him touching me like that, because, I don't know what Randy Orton's hands have been, but, I'm just joking along saying that, those rumors and everything, but it's still funny, but, in a way, but, I just kind of thought about that in my head, just looking for a joke about that, but, now, as for his next victim, I don't know what Randy Orton's next victim is. I guess Jeff Hardy will be gone for a while, even though they've been saying for multiple weeks. This guy, he's got nerve damage, he's got this, but he moves like he's okay. Was this a way to write Jeff Hardy off TV? That's what I'm going to assume so. But, him just messing with the tech guys and now saying, this is going to be even worse to what he does to his next victim. AJ was in the back talking about what happened last Sunday at Hell in a Cell, saying it was karma, maybe he was lucky, but he's still the WWE champion, and tonight we'll be facing Almas, but, he said Almas took it to the limit, but now AJ's going to get a W tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura against Rusev for the U.S. title. Nakamura, which I just feel, yes, this man is the U.S. champion, but it looks like they're just throwing him against anybody. It's like they have no plans for Nakamura right now. They got no faces to face him. The guy disappears off of TV for 2 weeks. He's got no opponent at the pay-per-view last Sunday. Don't you have anybody to face for him? And, him going against Rusev, this was just a way to further the Rusev story, pretty much. It wasn't a bad match or anything, but when, English got up and said crush, Rusev asked what he was doing. Nakamura pretty much rolled him up and got out of there. The match wasn't bad, but they don't know what to do with Nakamura. They just don't. Even as U.S. champion, they don't know what to do with him. They don't really got any opponents for him. What have they really done with him ever since he became U.S. champion? Somebody tell me. What have they done? He couldn't even get a match at the pay-per-view last Sunday. Don't you have any faces for this guy to face? Seriously. And then next thing you know, English starts beating up Rusev with the microphone and says that happy Rusev Day, and Lana screaming at him. So pretty much now Rusev Day is done. They've broken it up, English is the heel, Rusev is the face. I don't know. Listen, it's like they wanted to break it up, then they were friends again. Now they've broken it up again. So now, do I really take English as a threat now against Rusev? Since he's a heel now, I'm not really sure where this is going to go. Listen, they've been wanting to kill Rusev Day for a while and teased it and teased it and teased it. But then they were like, okay, we're all cool again. But now I'm like, really? We're really going to kill Rusev Day now. Listen, they had a chance with this when they should have struck the iron when it was hot with Rusev Day, even to become the tag team champions. But they waited too late. They knew they didn't want this guy to get over. And they really tried to cool it down as much as possible. But now, do I really want to see a program, like a whole feud with English and Rusev? Not really. I'm not really sure what to think about all of this. But, you think Rusev and English, they were faces. As, they looked like they were trying to put them as. But now, they got English heel and Rusev face. So I don't know where they're going to go with all this. I really don't. But all I can know is that, like I said, Rusev is face, English is heel, Rusev Day is dead. Next thing you know, Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles probably was the best match of the entire night, if you ask me. A very fun match, too, to watch. I'd say, one thing I'd say, fucking Almas doing that fake kicking in and, coming out of nowhere at the elbow is just cool all the time. It just looks cool. That double stomp thing, I still think it looks ridiculous when someone's holding on to the ropes waiting for Almas to do it, because I swear it looked like AJ waited for damn near like a 30-40 seconds until Almas got to the top ropes to do that. But even doing that whole double moonsault thing and AJ dodging it, looked really, really good, putting his knees up, and then tried to go for a Styles Clash, but didn't work. I think both guys are outside. Then AJ hit that knee on him and hit a forearm to the back of Almas' neck. We really kept going for that Styles Clash multiple times in the match, but Almas was grabbing the ropes. He did the double knees then, but AJ kicked out. And then this was probably the coolest part of this match. Like, they start going through multiple pinfalls. Next thing you know, AJ has him up in a pinfall, but pulls him back up into a very quick Styles Clash. And hit the win clean, might I ask, too. So it's the second time AJ's beaten Almas. It was a really good match. But then next you know, Samoa Joe comes in, tries to pick the bones at AJ, attacking him. But AJ was able to reverse him, throwing him into the steps, into the barricade as, Samoa Joe pretty much retreated into the crowd then. The match was really good. I'm not really sure about Almas still taking L's here right now. You think they probably would have protected him by Samoa Joe probably interfering beforehand, maybe? They could have done that. Or, they could have gone anywhere with that, really. He could have got beaten up beforehand, or maybe Samoa Joe could have helped Almas win right here, get a win. But, like I said, it was still a really good, really good match, but I don't know. I feel like Almas needs some wins, because I didn't think he needed to cheat the win, but now that he lost the Styles clean again, I'm not really sure. But he still put on a really good match with him too. I will say that. The Iconics are out there. I don't know, trying to make fun of Asuka and Naomi. It wasn't really funny, to be honest. Naomi and Asuka came out. It was about to be Billie Kay versus Asuka. By the way, never mind, because I almost thought she was about the wrestling match. Because I would say, if Naomi was wrestling the match tonight, I'm like, will she have to work double time tonight, since they got to do that mixed match challenge? And I don't even know if I'm really gonna check that out. To what I hear, that Bliss is hurt, so Ember Moon and Braun Strowman are supposed to be teaming against Owens and Natalya. I look at this mixed match challenge thing. I don't know. I heard it's supposed to be some differences now. I don't know. I know they made it longer to put 2 matches on. I know they moved 205 to Wednesdays now for the time being until this is over. And I heard it's supposed to be not even an elimination thing. I heard it's supposed to be a round robin style tournament. So it's the G1 then, but tag teams, and was it Uso and Naomi versus AJ and Charlotte, if I'm correct. I don't know if that was tonight. If that's tonight, so AJ had to work double duty tonight. If that's true, because like if that match is really tonight, that they had to do double duty on this. That's what I'm gonna assume. Especially AJ Styles after he had that match with Almas tonight. So I don't really know, but I'm taking a guess. For some reason, I feel like AJ and Charlotte is overpowered for some reason. I don't know why I feel that way, but it does. But I guess when they make it, what do you win out of this tournament? Are we still doing this thing with the charity thing, or what do you actually win out of this tournament? I'm serious, but yeah, like Asuka got the win on Billie Kay, Asuka lock, and I don't know. I'm sure we'll see a match next week with Naomi and Peyton Royce, and maybe Royce will get the win, and then it'll be 50-50 booking, and there'll be a tag match, and more 50-50 booking. That's what I could see out of this feud. That's all I really know. And then we got to the final part, was the probably best segment of the night. Paige introducing Becky as the new women's champion. You know, Paige gave the title onto her, and you know, Becky said it's been 2 long years, but the title's back where it belongs, and that she's not going to miss any magazine covers or morning talk shows or any of that anymore. And that Paige, you know, she didn't need the blue velvet or anything because she built this division, but she needed one woman out here, Charlotte. And, you know, she didn't want her to steal her spotlight tonight as Charlotte came out then. And, you know, she wasn't going to fight her, steal her spotlight, and she said that the better woman won and congratulated her. Even though I feel like Charlotte's promos come off the same and sound like a robot sometimes. She pretty much said that, you know, it took you 2 years to regain the championship, but, you know, but she could lose it all one night, because the rematch will happen, Charlotte said, for the 60,000 people at the Super Showdown in Australia. So that's going down, and Becky pretty much then said that, you know, she didn't let her raise her hand Sunday because, you know, you could do it tonight, but Charlotte wasn't going to do it, and she just wanted to come out here and say, is there any piece of her best friend left in Becky? You know, because she doesn't know what this Becky is and what she's become. But Becky says, Ken, I don't want you to raise my hand or put the title around my waist or anything. I just want you to call me Queen. Which the crowd kind of went, ooh, then. Charlotte pretty much told her that you never be queen. And then as she was about to leave, Becky pretty much said, bitch. And Charlotte attacked her. But Becky pretty much turned it around. People chanted Becky. Once again, people cheered and chanted Becky over Charlotte as she threw her to the already announced table and into the ring, hit the disarmer, and hit a Beck-exploder in as she walked off with the title as Charlotte tried to recover in the ring then. But Becky was mostly great in this entire segment. Once again, they tried to make Becky into a heel, but the people continue to cheer her and chant her name. And it's almost like Roman Reigns in a way. But with Charlotte, it's like it's almost like they're going to try to look at it. It's like they don't want to change the narrative. Yeah, people, why do you think Sunday, when reports were coming out that people were taking signs away in the crowd because they were pro Becky, and they don't want, you know, WWE doesn't like it that when you change their narrative around. It's like with Roman in a way. You could, you know, the fans boo him every week, but they make Roman into the super face. And in this whole feud going on right now with Charlotte and Becky, they just trying to make Charlotte as face as possible, but people look at Becky as the face and Charlotte is the heel, even though WWE wants it the other way around, as they want it. But you see the fans aren't really going for it. This is multiple weeks in a row. Will WWE change their mind with this? I don't really think so, and they still want to push this thing as Becky is the heel and Charlotte is the face. But this was a really good segment here. I will say that to end off the show tonight. But I'm pretty much going to end off from here. That was Smackdown tonight. It was better than Monday Night Raw, I can tell you that right now. So it was a way better show, just in general. But yeah, that's what I can say from Smackdown. It was a pretty good show, especially right after Hell in a Cell. Mostly stuff trying to talk about Australia. That's mostly what it was, just trying to build into Australia. It's too many pay-per-views this month, if you ask me. So that's my opinion on it. But yeah, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. I do not feel good. I feel kind of sick. So I am going to take some Mucinex. I am out of here. Peace and drink some tea. Out.